The world is filled with endless possibilities and opportunities. The youth of today are constantly seeking ways to harness their unique talents and their abilities for maximum impact and profit. Now, with the rise of social media and the power of digital platforms, the potential of showcasing one's gifts to the world has never been greater. Today, we have the privilege of delving into the world of creativity and the world of talent with a focus on visual arts and, of course, the art of tie and dye, which is also called adire. Our guests are a visual artist and a textile designer who have dedicated their craft to the intricate and mesmerizing world of art. Now, through their expertise and passion, they have been able to carve out a niche for themselves in a highly competitive industry. We will explore how they have utilized their gift to showcase their work to the world, the challenges that they have faced along the way, and the valuable insights and, of course, the advice that they have for the young, aspiring ones looking to make their mark in the creative world. That said, joining me to have the conversation today in our creativity series is first Isaac Coney, a visual artist joining from Accra, Ghana. Isaac will be joining us very shortly. But with me in the studio, I also have Fasilat Ademola, the CEO, Africart Wear, joining in the studio. Fasilat, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's a pleasure and compliments of the season.
I wish you the same.
All right, so while we wait for Isaac to joining, Fasilat, by what I understand, you are specialized in adire making, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, can you show us some of your work?
Oh, we have adire in different varieties form. This is adire throw pillow. We have adire notepad. We have adire tote bag. These ones are very good in gifting items. Whenever you want to do your occasions, you want to do a convocation, matriculations, or you want to give a special gift to your loved ones, adire is a very is a good item you can think of at any point in time. This is adire brocade. We have this in yardage form. This is in material form. You can take it to your stylist to style them for you. So we have adire in varieties form, like I said the other time. This is adire scarf. We made a kimono from these adire scarves. So in this interview, I'll continue to show you more about our product and tell you more about it.
That looks amazing, by the way. All right, talking about adire, it kind of has this traditional feel to it. So is this something you learned from your parents, or is it something you picked up, as an interest, or how did you get to learn about adire?
I'm thinking of how I started my adire course. It's a passion for me. Because while growing up, I usually see this adire on people. I usually thought, how do they come about it? So fortunately for me, after my secondary education, before my tertiary institution, I had the opportunity to learn it. So I learned this from a big, company, Nike Art Gallery. So I'm a product of Nike Art Gallery. So that is where I learned this craft from.
Wow. All right. Talking about how you learned this and where you learned this, I mean, it kind of shows how important it is to pass on or pass down knowledge, right? So how would you say that has helped you? And what would you say the importance of having to teach people what you know is in the society, especially the younger generation?
Like I said earlier, I learned this in my early age because before I could gain admission into a higher institution at all, that was when I've been into adire making. So during schooling, I didn't leave it at all. I was still practicing it, and I made sure that I didn't slip off it. Even after my schooling, because I studied economics in school. So I thought to myself, I said, this is a way to liberate people, to liberate myself, and as well to liberate the community, because I will end up creating a job with this my adire business. I've created a job for myself, and I've had the opportunity to train several people. That means I'm creating employment to to the youth, and not only the youth. I've been able to even train an elderly people in this my line of business. So this is actually contributing to the community, to the society at large. Let me put it that way. in the sense that it's creating a job opportunity and it's bringing an end to it's bringing financial stability, because I have lots of my students that they are stable and they are practicing this and it's giving them their ends meet.
That's really interesting. All right. Thank you, Fasilat. We're still having the conversation, but in the meantime, we want to go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll continue talking about Adire. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Fafanua Africa, and we're still on our creativity series. Today, we're looking at creativity from the lenses of my very special guest, Fasilat Ademola, the CEO, Africart Wares, who deals majorly in Adire, which you all know as tie and dye. And from what you see on Fasilat, she's actually representing her brand. Fasilat, thank you so much for joining us, for still being here.
You're welcome.
All right. I think I'm going to go on to ask, I mean, we're in a digital age, right? In the age of social media. Yeah. How do you utilize these various platforms to showcase your work and connect with your audience and get prospective buyers from there?
All thanks to social media, because social media has actually we've used the help of social media to bring out and showcase our products. For instance, Instagram. We have a page on Instagram, we have a page on Facebook, we have a page on Twitter, and we have on TikTok, like name it. All social media platform, we have it there. And the best we can do for ourselves is to market our products. I think create content, show it to people, and we educate people on why and why they should wear Adire, why they should choose Adire, and the reason why they should stick more to our products.
Interesting. Now, let's take a look at the more complicated part of it, and that's like it applies to every business. Speaking of the challenges that you've faced in this creative industry, there's no business without challenges. What are some of the major challenges that you face, and how were you able to overcome them? Or what are the challenges that you're still facing now, and you're hoping that it gets better along the line?
There are a lot of quite a lot of challenges on this. Adire making. Let me start from production.
All right, Fasilat, please hold on a minute there. We're trying to fix something, but in the meantime, I do understand that you have a couple of challenges, and I would really like for you to like mention maybe one or two or three of those, so that I think the reason I'm asking this question is because a lot of young persons, right, they venture into business and then they do not expect to have any challenges at all. So it's good for the business owners that are thriving to share that it's not all rosy on this side, right? There are also challenges. But please hold that thought. We're going to go quickly to check out some quotes that have been written in the line of business, and then we will continue the conversation. All right, those were some quotes relating to business and harnessing your talents. Now, coming back to Fasilat, she was talking about some of the challenges that she has experienced or that she's experiencing in her business. And I would like for you to continue, Fasilat.
All right, like I was saying, one of the important, or let me say one of the challenge that could be facing us in this business is material sourcing, because everything we use for adire is 100% cotton. It's either cotton or fiber. So as a starter, if you don't have someone to put you through, you can have problem of buying fake materials that is based on fabric. There are challenges on when it comes to chemicals, because there are a lot of chemicals in town that when you don't have someone to guide you through, you can actually go for the fake one, and that is going to give you a bad result. Most of the challenges that is even facing us right now is the importation of the fake adire materials from China. Yes, that's what is one of the most important reasons that we even need our government to look into it, because this has really affected the adire business. Because when you get to see most of these materials that are imported down to Nigeria, it's aside from the fact that it's fake and is of low quality, our people tends to rush to it because the price is quite low. And that will lead me to the core problem, another core problem that is facing us in this business, which is cost of production. Because everything we use for this adire production is basically imported to Nigeria. And we all know what exchange rate is talking right at the moment, even right before this moment. And even now, things has gone worse, because everything is imported, and by the time we are done producing, the cost of production, we did all our calculations, there's no how. The products will come out kind of high. So people will tend to go for the fake one that is being imported out to Nigeria. So that's one of the few things I can actually thought of right now that is facing us. And we hope with time we'll be able to find solution to it.
Hopefully so. Now, with all of these challenges that you have mentioned, how have you still been able to stay motivated and inspired to continue creating and, of course, innovating in your craft?
Like I said earlier, this business, I started it based on passion. Aside from the fact that I want to make money, one advice I'm going to give out to people there is, when you're starting something, don't base it on the fact that you want to quickly make some cool cash from it. I had a passion for it, and I can tell you 100% that that passion is what is keeping me going, because it's quite challenging. At some point, you feel like giving up, but when you remember your goals, at times I remember my goals. I remember the reason why I started this is to promote the art and culture and to make sure that this our heritage does not fade off. So I keep on praying and I keep on pressing harder, and I'm very sure with time we're going to get there.
All right, looking at Adire, I mean, the designs are in variety, but it seems quite, similar, all of the designs. So in that field, are there like some designs that you maybe sometimes try, you see people doing it and you're like, oh, this looks good, I want to try it out. Is there, or are there new designs that come out that challenge you, or is it just monotonous, doing the same designs every time?
Okay, thank you. As an artist, you can never get tired of creating. And at every point in time, we get to our creative board, and we keep on creating, because we can't get tired. For instance, look at this I'm holding here. And all our designs comes in variety forms, and they also have a title. So I'm going to be sharing some with you. Like this I'm holding now. You can see it's a sculpture, like it's a figure. So this is called a figure curtain. And you can see that everything here interprets art. And as a matter of fact, adire is not just a fabric. When we say adire fabric, it's not a fabric, it's an art.
Can we see it again? Can we see it again?
Okay.
Face it directly to the camera.
Like
so
this
okay,
I'm holding.
Oh,
you can see.
Amazing. Okay.
It's a figure. It's an art.
Right.
Right? So we have it in varieties form. This I'm holding is quite different from this. You can see the design.
There's like two different designs in
yes,
one.
there are two different designs that we share into this. Likewise, when it comes to this form, you can see we have it in another design. So from time to time, we create design. We can never get tired of creating designs. We create designs, though it's not every time the inspiration comes. But when the inspiration is not coming, you calm down a bit, then you get it back. So we keep on crafting. We keep on creating something unique and fantastic in order for our culture not to fade off.
Right. Oh, that's pretty interesting. And these designs are very beautiful. I think I'm going to take another glance at it after the show. But in the meantime, Fasilat Ademola, CEO, Africart Wares, thank you so much for joining us. And your designs are beautiful. And I want to wish you the best of luck. And I really do hope that youth out there are learning something. I like that you did talk about just trying to reinvent yourself and not focusing more on the money part, because that's another problem that you'd have when you're venturing into something. Do not see, yes, the money is a motivator, but do not see the money as your only priority, because you could get frustrated. But anyways, once again, Fasilat, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.